This time on sailing Cedar Clyde. A traditional Hawaiian catamaran stops by Aquatic Park, then we venture into the city to do exciting things like our laundry. The next day we do some more city wanderings, but having both grown weary of the noise, sights, and smells, we make a break for it to Angel Island as the sun sets. We experience some classic San Francisco Bay winds on our way to Berkeley, before returning to Aquatic Park in preparation for departing back into the Pacific Ocean. If you enjoy our videos and would like to help out the channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and leave a comment too. And if you love our videos, check out our Patreon page where you can directly support the making of them while also gaining access to additional exclusive content. Enjoy the episode! On our second morning at Aquatic Park, the voyaging canoe Hokule'a arrived. So we watched it come into the bay from aboard Sea Dream of Clyde, then headed to shore to check out the welcoming festivities. Hokule'a has been sailing around the Pacific with stops in Alaska, BC, and down the rest of the US coast. The trip is promoting and strengthening traditional Hawaiian cultural practices while forging connections between indigenous peoples throughout the Pacific Rim. For fellow cruisers watching this, there is a good laundromat about a 15 minutes walk up the hill from Aquatic Park. What you doing?
Just sitting.
Just watching the show? That's that guy's job, he's chilling with it. Dinner show! Woohoo! Great! I made some tasty tofu bowl thing. Yum! Still got some beer from the Northwest. Well, it had been pretty calm here in Aquatic Park up until now, and the weather had been benign out at sea, but there's large swell coming from a huge Pacific storm that's hitting British Columbia right now, and I think it's just kind of sneaking into the bay here. I suspect it'll be based off what the tide's doing, and if it's flooding in, the waves will probably get in. When it's ebbing, it'll probably ease off as the current will kind of keep them out. We'll see if that theory is true. But it's still chill here. It's like long period swell, and just kind of rolling around a little bit. Landing the dinghy was easy the first few days, but with the swell now coming into the bay, we had to watch ourselves. That said, this little surf landing was nothing compared to what we would end up experiencing further down the coast.
Oh yeah.
Not so bad? No. So we jumped on the city buses and went through the thick of the city to this, where are we? Ashbury and Haight?
Haight and Ashbury. It's a neighborhood that's famous for its, I don't know, like psychedelic times in the 60s and 70s. Yeah. All of our parents are telling us how they have fond memories of that time. Yeah, and there's all these like old houses, the Grateful Dead house and Janis Joplin house, or where she lived, I guess. So we're gonna go walk around here and see what it's about. But as soon as we got off the bus, we just saw this park and we're like, whoa, bolted up to it, got in the forest. It felt really nice. It's actually quite a nice little park. And you could smell the eucalyptus from the street. It was just such a relief after all the smelly things, piss and stinky people on the bus, both just body odor and also perfumes and things. So it was nice to escape to the forest for a minute and remind ourselves that, yeah, this is a fun little time in the city, but I'm looking forward to the quieter spots down the coast soon. We're nature people for sure.
Yeah. Fire alarm. Hi, Cat.
Hey.
Hey.
Walking around San Francisco.
City life, yo. Okay, we've made our way to Chinatown here. Checking out more city stuff. It's it seems like it's definitely a tourist zone. All of a sudden there's the shops with the same San Francisco t-shirts as all the other touristy zones.
But cute little red pictures.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
The building's nice. It doesn't smell like pee so much here, which is cool. That's the theme of the city, is pee. Alright, so We've grown a little tired of this spot. It's pretty rolly now with the swell coming in off the Pacific, so we're gonna go check out Angel Island here at sunset, change of scenery, and go get some nature action. Going into that little park this afternoon was a real reprieve, so we want to get back to that. We're happy with the amount of time we've spent in the city now. Okay, we're at a new little anchorage after a nice evening sail, and it was peaceful and calm, and there's these really fast ferries zipping by, but their wake seems to be okay. So, good night. We're tired from the city. Nothing to say?
I'm sleepy.
Okay. So we spent a lovely day on Angel Island. And it was pretty rolly at the anchorage though, so we're just shifting spots right now. But we're going to a place called Paradise Cove. It looks more like a bite, but it looks like it'll work quite nicely for us tonight. I think I just rhymed a bunch, that was cool. There'll probably still be some ferry wake, but hopefully a bit less than our last spot. There was just so much over there, so hoping for a restful night there. Hi there! We've been just lounging around all day. And this anchorage is better than the last one. There's definitely a bit of boat wake, but a lot less. So we've just been having a real chill day. I did some video editing. Kat did some napping and some computer stuff, researching her trip to Belize that she's going to be doing in February, and I might join. But we're going to go ashore to this little Paradise Cove park here in this affluent neighborhood. See what it's all about. I got my cool beach outfit on. Kat does too. Nice pink outfit. And we're going to go do that now on this lovely Thursday, and we're kind of waiting for the winds to mellow out a little bit out in the Pacific Ocean before we start heading south again, because we want to just ease back into it. Right now it's 15 to 25, gusting 30. Closer to inshore, not as bad, but tomorrow or Saturday looks really good, like 15 knots steady, which would be perfect. So yeah, beach time.
Beach.
Can I say something?
No, I just sit here and listen
Look
to you
cute.
talk, and
You'll get there. The way of the vlogger. I just landed on this little beach here and heading up into the park. Nice spot, it's really quiet here. So we had a nice little chill time here in this here park. We played a little bocce ball and we relaxed. And yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to. There's a fishing pier here that, interestingly, you don't need a fishing license to fish from, says the internet. Kind of curious. It's cool though. And here's pictures of fish people have caught. Looks like halibut. Cool. Wow, that'd be something. Alright, we're back at the boat now. Gonna have our little cockpit showers and enjoy the sunshine. And the current is just ripping here, probably going at least 2 knots coming through this bay. So on CJ and Clyde, there is a shower in the head, but it'd be ridiculous to use it. So what we do is we have these mighty fine buckets, and then we just boil water, and then there's this fantastic little electric pump here that we just hose ourselves down with in the cockpit, and that's about it. We've been at Paradise Cove for 2 days. It's a roly-poly anchorage. During the day it's fine, but during the morning rush and evening rush, there's just heaps of these high-speed catamaran passenger ferries ripping by, and it's just a constant parade of waves that come. So we're excited to get out of here. It is a nice spot, but yeah, uncomfortable at Anchorage at the best of times. So we're heading across to the Berkeley Yacht Club, 6 miles away, just across the bay. Got a nice breeze come up, and we're gonna sail off the anchor here and get rolling. Bumpy Town here. Here's the crazy fast catamarans that have been causing us the bumpy bumps. Despite the wash behind them, the wave isn't quite as bad as you'd expect, and it's short. There's only like 5 or 6 waves. But there's just so many of them coming and going that it's quite a nuisance along these anchorages here. A lot more traffic considerations around San Francisco Bay compared to, you know, the Gulf Islands. There's an oil tanker coming in here, and here's the 2 tugs that are going to tether to it. And we're just going to zoom in front of it here. They have a small channel to work with, so you can see exactly where they're going.
So this is something we're not used to. We're out, it feels like in the middle of San Francisco Bay, but it's only about 14 feet deep where we're at, and you would not be able to tell by the state of the sea right now. It's very interesting. All right, 10 minutes later, and things really changed. It picked up, and we dropped the main, and we're still going over 6 knots in less than 10 feet of water. But it is spicy out here. 2 miles to go.
Roly poly out here, but we're just about into a nice, safe, protected harbor. It was a relief to escape into Berkeley Harbor from the very choppy seas that had quickly developed behind us. While the seas were flat inside the harbor, the wind was still blowing straight off the dock where we were heading. It was a bit of a tricky docking that required going in assertively with some speed. Being a starboard tide, the furling line was in the way, and I almost biffed it hopping onto the dock, but no harm was done. Upon arriving at the Berkeley Yacht Club, we were greeted by very welcoming staff and club members and invited to enjoy the clubhouse. We also enjoyed our first real showers in several days. So we've just been having a chill day in port here at the Berkeley Yacht Club. We went into town and went to a little farmer's market, which was cool. Got some nice tomatoes. Now we're just going to relax some more, and we're going to a play tonight, which is something I've not done for a very long time. It should be fun. It's called POTUS, and I think it's like it's a comedy and probably social commentary on like sexism and politics in America, I think. So that should be fun and interesting, and looking forward to that. Anything to say?
Berkeley is a very sweet place, and everyone is so kind and welcoming, and I've been invited to like 3 parties since being here. It's very awesome. I like it.
Yeah, and the club is exceptionally friendly. I've never been to such a friendly yacht club. Kudos to the Berkeley Yacht Club. You guys are awesome.
Hey.
Hey. We're going for a hike up by the university. We're going to jump on the bus that leads right from the marina area here. Nice breezy day on the water. Lots of boats running around on this beautiful Sunday day.
We're hiking up from the university, and it's really cool. You can see all of downtown Berkeley and then out to the marina where we're living right now, and it's really sweet to see that far. You can see Angel Island in the distance, and the Golden Gate Bridge. It's lovely.
Yeah.
We just transported home in this botanical garden.
Ah. Cool fir forest. Coastal forest. Hemlock. I think I saw a cedar. There's a cedar back there. Western red cedar.
Yay.
Oh, a yew.
Wow.
I think it's a yew tree here. Well, here's the lake we walked to. Definitely ain't swimming here. It's got a pretty wild algae bloom. It's taking up a lot of lake. Cat says it smells. Don't touch the scum cat. Well, our little trip home got extended because the bus route that we were betting on doesn't exist right now. It's suspended.
So we get another 2 miles.
Yeah, and we're now on some mega steep roads, yeah. In the upper areas of Berkeley.
We're headed back to Aquatic Park.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, cruising across these shallows, weird thing, but yeah, good breeze. Definitely a little bit of seas here in these shallows, but we should be out of them in a few miles. and then just be able to go on one tack over to Aquatic Park here after a few tacks out here.
We are still in less than 30 feet of water. We are out in the middle of the Bay Area. It's kind of crazy.
We are zooming along though. We're getting like 6 knots or better. It's coming up to Angel Island here. We're going to tack shortly and start heading towards Aquatic Park. Get the hydrovane working so we can get out of the wind a little bit here. And the spray, it's quite choppy here and spraying a whole bunch.
I'm still getting used to the keeling over. It's very steep right now. Oh my god! Like I'm holding on right now, for real. If we weren't 2 miles from our anchorage, we would definitely be reducing sail right now, but we're still going 5, almost 6 knots, so might as well just carry on and get there sooner than later, huh?
Okay, turn around bunch. Alright, we're back at Aquatic Park. We're gonna go do some grocery shopping. Not bringing the camera for that, because what the hell would you want to see that for? So that's what we're doing. Oh, but I'll tell the camera about it because there is a couple of grocery stores nearby. Safeway, probably 10-15 minute walk. And a Trader Joe's, about 10 or 15 minute walk as well. Well, that about wraps up this episode. Coming up in the next episode of Sailing Seadrift and Clyde, we start the harbor hopping stage of our trip to Mexico. We head back out under the Golden Gates and face the swell of the open Pacific Ocean again. And with the sloppy seas and minimal wind, Kat unfortunately gets seasick, though some of it was due to anxiety stemming from the gale we dealt with 2 weeks before. Fortunately, it was only a quick hop to the wonderfully calm Half Moon Bay, where we relaxed and did some hiking above the bay. As we depart on our next leg, Kat discusses her ongoing challenges with seasickness and the steps she's taken to deal with it, which have some good results while sailing down to Santa Cruz. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons and have a look at our Patreon page too. Bye for now.